Right now, an ongoing conversation on how to prevent youth violence in Hamilton County. It's being spotlighted once again by local leaders. Annie Elbing was in the Building Bridges conference today. I know there's always ideas. Is there anything new here?
Yeah, there were definitely lots of new ideas put out today, like making sure kids are being accounted for, making sure they're going to school, making sure they have a role model in the community. Those are just some of the topics discussed today. But the conversations were facilitated by the Hamilton County Department of Reentry, and they help kids stay on the right path or get others back on track. But the message was clear among all of those speaking today that youth violence needs to end.
We create the strategies. We live it. So we should be the ones at the table coming together to talk about how do we disrupt that whole cycle of incarceration.
Disrupting the pipeline to prison. That is the Hamilton County Office of Reentry's main goal in the Building Bridges conference. Among the topics focused on today was how to prevent youth violence. Amy Ast with Ohio Youth Services says making sure kids have stability at home can make a huge difference.
Making sure that kids are going to school, but also making sure that young people have safe pathways to get to school. Access, again, is another access to services, sometimes not just for the young person themselves, but just access for families.
Another focus for AST is to meet the youth where they are and providing resources before they get into trouble.
It's not hard to identify kids that are at risk to come into the system. You know, sometimes that the system is just, being in touch with juvenile court or touching the juvenile detention center. We know who those kids are. We know what communities they come from, and it's so important to recognize that and really get services and efforts in there to help those families, to provide services to the young people, be connected to the young people.
Cincinnati Fraternal Order of Police President Ken Kober tells me events like this one are vital in addressing the increase in youth violence.
Yeah, youth violence is what's driving crime in Cincinnati. I think, most citizens are probably more afraid of youth than they are the adults. So anything they can do to try to combat youth violence, to try to get them employed, to get, the youth educated, I think is something that is certainly worth, investing significantly in.
One of the speakers today was Chef Jeff Henderson, who was incarcerated as a teen, but learned skills that have helped him stay on the right path.
Guys and gals in the prison system getting their CDL license, air conditioning, refrigeration, welding, many of the vast industries inside the prison system gives guys and gals opportunity to embrace a second chance, come out and be productive in the workforce.
And that's exactly what Henderson and Kober told me. It's so important to give these kids the tools they need to succeed. Reporting in downtown Cincinnati, Annie Elbing, Fox 19 Now.